Lean with it, rock with it. Throw some back up in the pot with it. Microwave, but we gon' pop with it. When it get right, we drop the ass and make it lock with it. I tell them lean with it.
What is up, guys? My name is Ryan Souza 18 and I am on the Ryan Souza 18 channel, and tonight I'm doing my WWE Raw review for August 1st, 2016, live in Atlanta, Georgia. We start things off with Sasha Banks cutting a promo saying how good it feels to be the WWE Women's Champion. We have "You Deserve It" chants throughout the whole arena. She would talk about her match last year at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn against Bayley. Charlotte would come out, and then the fans would chant, "You tapped out." And then a quick pun to Charlotte. Sasha would say that you're Ric Flair's daughter, so you are a one-night stand. If you weren't, you wouldn't be standing here. Then we have Jericho saying "quiet, quiet" all the way down the entrance ramp into the ring. Enzo would come out and start dissing on Jericho and Charlotte. And then Mick Foley would come out and announce that they would be the first ever mixed tag team match of the new era. So we would have Jericho and Charlotte going up against Enzo Amore and Sasha Banks. It was a pretty good match for a mixed tag team match. We haven't seen it in a while, so just quickly, Sasha Banks would lose the match as Charlotte would hit the natural selection on her, and we move on to the next match, which would be pretty much a squash match with Braun Strowman facing up against another local competitor, as we saw last week. Pretty much quickly, he just hits his reverse choke slam on the guy and wins the match. From then, we have a backstage segment with Mark Henry, Stephanie McMahon, and Mick Foley. Pretty much Mark Henry saying that he wants to induct another person into the Hall of Pain, pretty much going back to his gimmick of 2011. So it would be announced that Rusev versus Mark Henry for the WWE United States Championship would happen tonight on Monday Night Raw. Then we move on to the Golden Truth as we go into the commercial break. We still have R-Truth looking for Pokemon on his Pokemon Go app on his phone. So pretty much the Golden Truth would face the Shining Stars and Primo and Epico. Very bizarre match. Just wasn't really interested in it. I mean, I'm not interested in Golden Truth, nor am I interested in the Shining Stars, because both tag teams are just pointless to even have around. And pretty much how they would win is pretty much Primo would hit the roll up on Goldust while Truth was distracted as his phone were to drop to the ringside area, and he was more focused on the phone than the actual match at hand. Then we would cut to Finn Balor live, an interview with Michael Cole, but it was quickly interrupted by Seth Rollins, and pretty much the guys are going back and forth. Rollins saying that he was the first ever NXT champion, how he was the first ever person to beat Roman Reigns on his return, and saying that pretty much Finn Balor is pretty much like a Melissa McCarthy compared to him and stuff like that. A very cool segment. Can't wait to see that match at SummerSlam. It's going to be really interesting. And, obviously I'm rocking the Balor Club Worldwide t-shirt tonight. But, I mean, I love both guys, so it's going to be hard to really root for either or. I mean, whoever wins I'll be happy with. But we'll just leave it at that. And we'll move on to the next match, would be the United States Championship is on the line. We have Rusev going up against Mark Henry. Pretty much Rusev would hit the Acolyte on Mark Henry, causing him to tap out. The match was pretty slow, as obviously both guys are more super heavyweights, obviously more Mark Henry than Rusev, but pretty short and sweet. Then we would have Roman Reigns come out and confront Rusev, pretty much possibly leading up to a match at SummerSlam for the United States Championship. Roman Reigns would stop Rusev getting him from going away from him. Kept on walking in front of him, and would pretty much lead to Rusev leaving the ring. As Rusev was leaving the ring, Roman Reigns would come over onto the other side, jump off the steel steps, and hit the Superman punch onto Rusev, pretty much making a statement saying that he wants the United States Championship. So it's pretty interesting to see how now we have Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins going for the major championships, while Roman Reigns falls down into the mid-card. Pretty much he's in the doghouse. I mean, hey, should have never done whatever you did. Anyway, the next match would be two former friends, a former tag team in the Primetime Players. We have Titus O'Neil versus Darren Young. Pretty much a distraction by Bob Backlund would cost Darren Young the match, and Titus O'Neil would pull off with the victory. Then we would go into a backstage segment with Cesaro, Sheamus, Stephanie McMahon, and Mick Foley. Pretty much Cesaro and Sheamus in their displeasure of where they were drafted, saying that they want an opportunity at the title when whoever wins it, either Balor or Rollins at SummerSlam. So pretty much Mick Foley comes up with the idea of having Cesaro versus Sheamus, with the winner facing the new champion whenever that happens after SummerSlam. Then we would cut to Nia Jax facing up against another local competitor. So pretty much there's 2 squash matches on Monday Night Raw from probably here on out until there's actually real competition for either Braun Strowman or Nia Jax. So pretty much Nia Jax, pretty much a quick victory, and that's pretty much all I have to say for that match. Then we would have the New Day going up against Gallows and Anderson. Really interested in this feud. I really like the club. Really love the New Day. I'm gonna be getting my bootios at FYE, so can't wait to eat those. Anyway, very quickly, the New Day would pull off with the victory, hitting a roll-up on Carl Anderson. Big E would hit the roll-up on Carl Anderson while Carl Anderson was distracted by Gallows doing the too sweet, hand symbol. From there, we move on to Cesaro versus Rusev. Very good match. Probably one of the top 2 matches of the night. As I'll go on to the next match, would be obviously Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins, which pretty much was a phenomenal match. But anyway, so Cesaro versus Sheamus, very good match. A lot of back and forth action. Really loved it. The end of the match would end up being the springboard uppercut by Cesaro onto Sheamus, and Cesaro will hopefully be getting a title shot hit from very soon. Then we would cut to Heath Slater and Jinder Mahal, 2NB, pretty much cutting a promo how their displeasure of not being drafted. And Mick Foley would come out improvising, saying that, well, why don't we have a match between you guys, and the winner would get a contract for Monday Night Raw. And pretty much Jinder Mahal would take advantage of it as Heath Slater is distracted. And Jinder Mahal is now on Monday Night Raw, so I want to see what they're going to do. I doubt they're going to go back to his ISIS character, if you want to call it, due to the fact of our ongoing war with ISIS. But I mean, we'll see where it goes from here on out with Jinder Mahal. Then we would have the match of the night, in my opinion. We have Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins, a very great match, top to bottom. I mean, the match was just spectacular. A lot of cool spots in the match. Sami Zayn pulling off with a lot of cool moves onto Seth Rollins and vice versa. I mean, Rollins was pretty much, got reversed every time he was doing one of his, special moves. But pretty much Seth Rollins would hit the pedigree on Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn would miss Seth Rollins with the Halua kick, and that's pretty much it for that match. Great match. Hopefully we see more of it in the future, but really pumped up for Rollins versus Balor at SummerSlam. Next, we move on to the pretty much, if you want to call it the main event or the ending segment for Monday Night Raw. We have Brock Lesnar live with Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman comes out pretty much, saying that my name is Paul Heyman and I am the advocate of Brock Lesnar, saying, the same stuff, and pretty much going off saying how, Lesnar is the beast. He's the beast incarnate. He's going to destroy Randy Orton at SummerSlam, and Lesnar would come out. Pretty much, I wish they would give Brock Lesnar at least some mic time. I mean, I know he's not the greatest promo cutter, but at least just to get his feel instead of always having a voice beside him. I mean, don't get me wrong, love Paul Heyman, love him as a manager, but I mean, it would be nice to see Brock Lesnar actually talk for once, because he always talks when he's in the UFC. I mean, he has no choice. There is no manager in the UFC. But anyway, during the whole segment, as Paul Heyman kept on ranting on Randy Orton would actually pop out of nowhere, hit the RKO, and that's how we would end Monday Night Raw for tonight. So let me know your thoughts on Monday Night Raw tonight, guys. What do you guys think about the match between Sami Zayn and Seth Rollins? What do you think about Finn Balor going up against Seth Rollins at SummerSlam? Let me know all your comments and all your thoughts down below. Until the next video, guys, my name is Ryan 18. Until tomorrow, guys, I'll see y'all later. Deuce.